Good morning and welcome to the NuSpecian Live. I'm Jillian. Oh, we don't hear you. Hold on, Aston. You have to unmute yourself.
And good morning. I was on mute.
Glad you
I,
agreed to join.
yeah, I fell asleep there.
No problem.
So,
That music just lulls us into a coma. We probably need something a little bit more upbeat.
yeah, I
All
need some
right.
caveman. I need some more caveman.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome. For those of you who are new, NuSpecies is a natural health company. Our mission is to help our clients live better and longer. Aston, many years ago, invented our formulas, which are all plant-based supplements and herbal medicine, organic, raw, liquid, natural, all the good stuff. And these formulas
Powerful.
Powerful, yes. And these formulas are designed to help your body be as resilient as possible against the toughest of health challenges.
Mhm.
Having said that, we host this Q&A every Saturday at 10 a.m. because a good health choice for one person may not be a good health choice for someone else. And we want to be able to answer your questions that will help you continue along your own unique health journey. So thank you so much for being with us here today. Just a reminder, when we are talking about comments in the chat, if you are on Facebook, Instagram, or YouTube, you actually won't be able to see each other's comments. And so if you hear us talking about a comment you don't see, it's just because it's on another platform. You're not missing anything. All right, we have a special guest today. We were trying to work out some audio issues. This happens every time we bring on a guest. We can see them, we can't hear them. So hopefully we'll bring Rudolph on live and then see if the audio issue persists. All right, can we hear you?
Yeah, Rudolph is watching.
Yay!
Good. Well, we're seeing you now, Rudy. How you doing?
I'm doing the best I can, sir. I hope
Okay.
I'm fine.
Actually, it's not Rudy, it's Ruddy.
Yeah, Rudolph Roddy Manning. Yes, sir.
Yeah. So how are you this morning?
I hope I'm fine. That's all I can keep saying.
Okay. Well, you taking new species?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
From 2012 when I met you.
Wow. 2012.
Yes, sir. When you were in that small office beside PC Richards.
Yes, that was our second store. The first one was in Mount Vernon, and then we had some family. We had a family out there in Elmont. We call them the Legend family. They actually found the place, Rudy. They cleaned it up themselves
Yes.
and put us there. We didn't initially participate in anything. They found the place and cleaned it up so we could move in. So they
Oh,
brought us to Elmont. So that was the first store you went to. Thank you for reminding us about that.
I think that's the last time I've seen you.
okay. That's a very long time.
Yes. Yes. All right, Aston, I don't know if you want to give Rudolph a little bit of an introduction, and then we can let him get into what he would like to say.
Yeah. So Reddy has been a client, as he says, those of you who heard, since
From 2012.
2012. Right. And it's been a long journey, Reddy. It's been a long journey, but New Species, I think, was always there with you up to now, right?
Yes.
And so we're gonna allow you to say whatever you want to say, good, bad, or ugly, as they say in the Clint Eastwood movie. You just say what you want to say. I bring you on because you have been taking New Species probably continuously since 2012.
Yes. Yes, sir.
And so you take it away. Say whatever you want to say.
All right. My name is Rudolph Roddy Manning. I've been on dialysis from 2002. That's 23 years. The 8th of February this year, I've been on dialysis for 23 years. And I came to NuSpecies in 2012 and I've been using it from that time till now. And I can say that's one of the main things that keep me alive. NuSpecies, a good attitude and exercising. And if I wasn't using NuSpecies, I would be long gone. Because when
How do
you're
you
on
know?
that,
How do you know that?
um,
You would have been gone if you weren't taking New Species. How do you know?
when you become a dialysis patient, they give you 8 to 10 years to live. And the other day I read something about 5 years. But I at one time I was told that a patient on dialysis gets 8 to 10 years to live. So I know that is what has been keeping me going. But at this point, the dialysis is my dialysis journey is getting kind of rough now. I'm not as active as I used to be, and my energy level has fallen. But
I remember you coming to the stores out there in Elmont to pick up cards when you were walking the park and you meet people.
Yes. I usually pick up cards and I give to a lot of people when I encounter them and tell them about my health issues. And I give a lot of people cards, and some of them come to you and they will, when on your questionnaire you ask who refer you, and they will tell you the man from the park. I remember there's a special lady that I met in the park. She had some muscle problem from her waist down, and she used to walk with a stroller, with a walker, with her health aid by her side, and she'd walk on the outside of the park, and there are benches on the outskirts of the park, and she would stop. Every bench she would stop and rest. So I started to speak to her and told her, show her my access, and told her I was on dialysis. And she told me what her problem was. So I gave her a card and say, go to this place, the might can help you. Then she stopped coming to the park because she said she started going to the YMCA with a pool to help her. She had some muscle problems. And I saw her about a year and a half after. And I didn't recognize her because she wasn't walking with a walker. She was in the supermarket. And I spoke to her. And I said, did you go to that place that I sent you? And she said, yes. I went there and I spent $1,400. And she said, it helped me, It helped me. I'm saving up to go back there. This was maybe 4 years ago. I don't see her again. She don't come to the park. And I don't go to the park that much. But she told me that it helps. And she was going back to get some more. But a lot of people, when you introduce them to it, especially ladies, they complain that it's too expensive. And I tell them it's for your health. At my dialysis center, over the years, many years ago, I introduced NuSpecies to 5 different people, and they just act like, people, when they hear about herbal products, or they just push it off and act stupid. And all of them are dead now, going on maybe 10 years. And I introduced them to this, I use this, I'm using this. And they're all gone. So I know that's the reason why I'm here talking today. Is because of NuSpecies and a good attitude towards being on dialysis. Because a lot of people,
So people out there who are on dialysis, tell them what you've been taking. I know you've gone through different formulas over the years as your health progressed because you changed things up, or I changed things up.
Yes, all right. When you're on dialysis, you becomes constipated because the fluid intake per day is very limited. It's like 4 coffee cups. You know those small coffee cups that you go to the deli and buy your coffee and your tea? They say the rule in dialysis is that 4 of that for the day. That's what you're limited to drink. All right. So you don't have enough fluid inside your body so you become very constipated. So when I met you, I got the detox powder, and then at one time it changed to a pill, and the 2 droppers, the one for the lymph node and the one for the blood. So I've been using that for years. And if I don't use that, I get constipated. And it cleans you out well, because every Wednesday they take your blood at dialysis, and every 2 weeks they take blood for special things, to check for special things. And most of the time, 95% of the time, when they read my my blood, when I get my blood report, it is always okay, because they check potassium, phosphorus, calcium, and some other things, and they're always okay because the detox flushes me out.
Mhm.
There are some times when, like, my brother used to come and visit me come to our house every Christmas, and he brings a lot of nuts, and I indulge too much in like peanut and cashew and almond and all that, and then it will go out. But I have to watch what I eat, because when you're on dialysis, your kidney don't process potassium that well, and
Mhm.
all of the things that are good for your body is the yellow meat. I'm sorry. Oh
Mhm.
gosh.
That's okay. That's okay. Um,
How do I bring back the picture? Or can
Um,
I keep just talking like this?
no, let's try to get you back on. So
Okay.
your phone fell down. Did you pick it back up?
Yeah, the phone fell, but I pick it back up.
Okay, so maybe there should be maybe a little button for. I'm
Hold
gonna
up.
ask. Mary's in the background. I'm gonna ask her to unmute herself and just talk like God from the.
All right. Can you do
Is there?
something else, and then I'll go back and bring myself back in?
Yeah, you could try. Oh
All right.
yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Mhm.
See everybody. Oh, okay. It's back now. It's back now.
Yeah. Okay. Great. Great.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Rudy, you're not only a singer, a writer of music and song, and player of instrument. You're also expert at operating a cell phone. That's wonderful.
Very impressive.
everything I want to know about the cell phone, I check my children.
Just so everybody knows, I should have said it at the top. Rudy is a singer. I think you're a singer. You write songs and you
Yeah.
play instrument. And you're in a band. Which band were you in again?
My vocal group is Home T4. It's Home T, formed as Home T4 in 1972.
Yeah, I heard about it. Well, I heard about it when I was a kid. So a lot of you who are listening and watching now, you probably heard of the Home T4. So
Yeah,
Rudy was a member of the group.
the older folks will know about Home T, because in 1980 we had a Christmas song, Make the Christmas Catchy in a Good Mood. It came out in 1980, and it is the second most popular Christmas song in the history of Jamaica. All right, it was written by one of the members, Mikey Bennett, and we did it. And every Christmas it is played in Jamaica. Very popular song. It is second to, there was a song called "See for Christmas" by Boris Gardner and the Rhythm Aces. That was, when we were young, that was a popular Christmas song. But in 1980, there was another popular Christmas song on the Joe Gibbs label. But my friends, up to in 2012, I went back with two of the original members and did an album called "Send Come Call We," and you got some copies there.
Yeah.
There are some good songs on it that you can relate to. So you might, and you told me that you're going into some historic things. So maybe
Yeah.
there's a song you can give it a listen again, and maybe there's a song that you can use there.
Okay, so we'll consult on that
Yes.
offline, but
Yeah.
thank you for publicly allowing me to use your music. So, and then those of you who heard about the Christmas song, if you're Christian and you love music, you don't have to be a Christian if you love music. You should go out there and get that song. Is that song available out there?
I think it's been the last thing. It was a Joe Gibbs production, but when Joe Gibbs died, I think the Joe Gibbs catalog was turned over to VPs, so it's being distributed by VP. It's on an album. It's on
That's
a
VP Records, right?
yes.
All right. So I'm going to talk to you more about that, but I want to get your story first.
Yes.
So where you were saying that you were
The
giving us. Go ahead.
the food, that the fruits and vegetables that are good
And the
for,
nuts. You mentioned nuts, and
yes,
this is education for a lot of people out there who could be going through dialysis, what they should eat, what they shouldn't eat.
yes. You have to be very careful with potassium and phosphorus. And they
Mhm.
in dialysis they give you the chart with the foods that are high in potassium, high in phosphorus. All right.
Mhm.
Like, up until I met you, I started 202 and I met you in 212. And up until 212, I didn't eat for the week. For the week, I would eat half a banana half an orange. I couldn't eat a lot of that because it would show in the blood test. But when I meet you and start taking the detox powder, I could eat. After I take my detox powder, I started eating a banana every day and an orange every day. So all of the green and the yellow food, you have to be very careful. How do you take them? You have to take them sparingly. Like for instance, I like steamed vegetables like pumpkin, chocho, carrot, and okra. I do those. But if I eat those things like 3 times for the week, plus I drink a vegetable juice, my potassium is going to go out. So
Wow.
I have to be very careful, but I need those things too. And I see a lot of information that a lot of those things are good for kidney, but when your kidney is working properly. But if I had met you when I got my diagnosis, maybe you could have saved me. But it was like 10 years after my kidney failed that I met NuSpecies. But I'm sure that it has kept me going all this time. But
What are the formulas you take?
the calcium, I take the calcium, I take the detox, I take caveman, I take the circulator formula, and I take the anti-inflammatory. And
what about the vitamin D? Do you take the vitamin D?
vitamin D with A. All right.
Right.
And then when my mom was alive, I used to take some for the nerves too. I don't remember the name of those, but I used to take them for the nerves.
So
I just remember something. Sorry. 2 years ago, in 2023, in March of 2023, I just started having double vision. Everything was in doubles. And I called you and I told you what was happening. And you gave me the circulator formula and the anti-inflammatory. All right. And I think I took the more potent circulator formula. And this was March. Even when I'm walking down the street and the car is parked by the sidewalk, when I'm walking, it appears as if the car was coming in front of me. So when my body reach where the car is, it's clear way to walk. I used to walk every day down to the plaza and walk up back. And I took 1 full bottle of the anti-inflammatory and the circulator formula. And then I started a next bottle after that. And it started in March. And by the end of May, I was coming from the supermarket, and the double vision wasn't there. I was walking and I see everything straight. So I'm sure that that's what helped me, because based on inflammation, because we know that most disease is inflammation cause it, and the circulation. And the doctor was explaining what was happening to me. He said I got a stroke in my eye. But when you get a stroke in your eye, it's similar to like a stroke in the brain. But he says most people, 90% of the people, recover from the stroke in the eye. All right. So when I went back, when it cleared up now, I went back to the doctor and I told the doctor, I use herbs, I use herbal products. And he said, there's nothing wrong with that. I don't have anything against that. So then I went on in my glee now, telling him that I think is the herbal products clear up my eyes. And he got an attitude. He said, I don't know anything about that. And he never said anything else after that. But I'm sure it's the herbal thing clear up my eyes. And my eyes are okay. And I keep taking those 2 formulas. And I went every 6 months. I used to see that doctor. I went to him in January, and he checked, and they do all these fancy tests in the back of your eye. And he said, your eyes are perfect. Your eyes are okay. Come back in 1 year. And he usually tell me to come back in 6 months. But this time he tell me come back in 1 year.
Wonderful.
So I know that this has helped me to stay alive and to keep going.
Just
So
to
tell us about. Go ahead, Joe. You first.
I just want to recap for those who are new. Ruddy,
Mhm.
can you remind us again, how long have you been on dialysis?
From 2002, 23 years.
23 years.
The
That
year of the 8th of February, I'm on dialysis for 23 years. Sorry.
yeah, that is unbelievable. And you
Yeah,
were
yeah,
saying
yeah. That's a long time.
because you were saying earlier most people get maximum 8 to 10 years out of
Yes,
dialysis.
that's what I was told by a doctor.
That is just incredible. Thank you for repeating because we had a bunch of people join after you had told us
Okay.
that. Mhm.
So I wanted to ask you, really, people who are in dialysis, do they get bone issues? And if they do, and you take NuSpecies, how you think it help your bones?
Oh boy. I said in general, if I wasn't taking NuSpecies, all right. When you're on dialysis, your thyroid gland stop working.
Wow, I didn't know that.
It said its thyroid gland is square. It's right
Mm-hmm.
above. It's right above your vocal cords. All right.
Mm-hmm.
And at each corner, like a rectangle, there are four little nodules called parathyroid hormones,
Mm-hmm.
and those get overactive and draws all the calcium out of your bones, so your bone can't retain any calcium. So then your bone gets very brittle and weak.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
if you're walking and you buck your foot, your toes, your bone, your shin bone can break easily.
Wow.
So they used to give me a pill, a green pill called Sensipar. On one occasion, they says that controls the overactive thyroid, the parathyroid hormone. And on one occasion, I brought it to you, sir, and I asked you to check if you have anything in the herbal to substitute for the Sensipar. And you said you put it in the computer and you start to read. Sorry, you start to read
Mm-hmm.
the side effects. And I
Mm-hmm.
remember when you reach 20 side effects, I tell you to stop. And it say, I have more side effects. So eventually it wasn't working with me. It worked with some patients, but it wasn't working with me. Because the parathyroid hormone, the reading is supposed to be 150 to 600 and how they measure it. And mine started going up. It went up to 1100, then it went to 2000, then 23,000. So for many years, the doctors were telling me that the only way, because the pill not working, the only way to control the overactivity of the parathyroid hormones is to do an operation and cut them out. But I was scared because of the music thing and I sing. I was scared because it's right on top of your vocal cords. So I was resisting for many years. But then in 2019, I got the flu and I got very weak. And they had a new medication to control the parathyroid hormone. The name is Parsabiv. They give you that at the end of the treatment. And they had to wean you off the Sensipar for a month and then put you on the Parsabiv. So in that month, I was feeling a lot of pain. And I caught the flu and I went to the hospital and was there for like 4 days. This year I got a little touch of pneumonia too. So I came out after 4 days. So I started taking the Parsabiv and the pain went away. And then at that time, after going through that pain, I decided to go and do the operation. So in July, the 11th of July, 2019, I did the operation where they cut out they cut out the parathyroid hormones to make the calcium stay in your system. All
Mm-hmm.
right. So when they finished, the doctor tell me that he took out like four of them were there, but one was scattered, was in pieces, and he said he took out as much as he possibly could, and he left maybe one and a half, and then he said he put it in my hand. I don't know if you see those two black spots on my hand.
Yep.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
He said the, the the parathyroid hormones he put like one and a half, two inside here, so that if active
Mm-hmm.
again, They don't have to cut my throat. You can just go in here and pinch off somebody to control it.
Wow.
Wow.
So that's what has been happening. But in recent times, I'm feeling a lot of things. I have neuropathy, and last year I found out that my endocrine system is not working properly. Maybe
Mhm.
as a result of the years on dialysis, because it's a machine cleaning your blood, and it pulls on your muscles, and it affects your nerves. It pulls on your nerve, because when they pull off the fluid, it starts pulling on your muscles. And so I feel a lot of pain from time to time. And then I develop neuropathy. I guess it's from the nerves and the dialysis affecting your nervous system, because my
Mhm.
hands are shaking a little, and my I feel burning in my legs, feel burning, I feel tingling, I feel like, and I have arthritis, if you can see.
Mhm.
All right.
Mhm.
So and my fingers are locking now. So right now they're free, but sometimes I bring it down and lock. But there's a lot of exercises for senior citizens on
Mhm.
Facebook. I do a lot of them to keep circulation going, and I do
Mhm.
leg exercises. It's burning me. Even so, I went to about 6 weeks, 2 months ago. I went to the neurologist and to get checked, because I was losing my balance, and I was losing my short-term memory. So I got scared, because my friend who I brought to you, Mr. Chung,
Mhm.
he ended up with dementia, and he had
Mhm.
that multiple myeloma. That's why
Mhm.
Mhm.
I brought him to you. And
Mhm.
so I I I I witnessed dementia firsthand, but I wasn't
Mhm.
aware of the symptoms of dementia.
Have you
Uh,
gotten the new recommendation I made for you? Have you gotten it yet?
no, I didn't go for it. I'm going for it today. I'm going for it today.
Okay.
All right.
So what I recommend will help you with, some of these issues you're going through. So get on it as soon as you can.
Yes. So I went to, yes, I'm going for it today. I I
Okay.
I I went to neurologist, and he checked me, with those things, and tap your foot and all of this. And he said that I don't have dementia, and I don't have Alzheimer's. But I don't sleep. I've been sleeping well for a couple of years now. And he says, he gave me a medication. He says it's not a sleeping pill, but it will relax you to make you sleep.
Mhm.
Um, but then I went back for 3 tests, for a nerve test, and a muscle test, and they did it in my hands. Then I went back on Thursday for the one in my leg, and I will get the result. Like in the future, he will call me and tell me if there's
Mhm.
negative things. He will call me and tell me, but he hasn't called me yet. And then on Thursday, I went to a vascular doctor because of the burning in my leg, and he did some tests, and he says the blood is flowing properly in my legs. They put some um, blood pressure handcuff on my thigh down, and all about 4 of them go down even to my ankle and on the bottom of my foot, around the bottom of my foot.
Mhm.
And they
Mhm.
take it and they say everything is okay. So they have a bad shoulder. They say the cramping and the tingling is generated by the sciatic nerve problems.
Boy, Rudy, you've been through so much. My gosh.
Mhm.
I mean, I've been working with you for all these years, and just
Yeah, man.
hearing you saying it now publicly,
Mhm.
it's just amazing the survivor you are, and how hard you work. I want people to know that even when you were in dialysis, you were in the park practically every day, right? Walking
Yeah,
around the
work.
park, getting exercise.
I did a delivery job from 2003 to 2013 and then arthritis took up my hip, and I couldn't lift things and go upstairs. So I stopped.
Hmm.
But
Mhm.
I, I don't know, a lot of people, I don't know if people realize that dialysis is is a very serious disease, and millions of people in America are on dialysis. I want to
Hmm.
tell you, even in the music industry, there were all right. My friend that I brought to you, Mr. Chung, when
Right.
when he died, his kidney I just failed like about 2 weeks before he died, because
Hmm.
the he was leaking protein. That's why I brought him to you. Scared because I said I don't want nobody that I know go on dialysis. So I brought him to you, and you told him what was wrong with him. But he never believed in the herbal. I even bought some and give it to him, and he was taking it. And then I don't know. But if he had followed you, he would be here playing his guitar for us. Now he might be old and weak because the same age like me. He just made 75 in March. But if he had followed you, and he has a brother who died 31 years ago named Jeffrey Chung, another genius musician. He had the disease that when the immune system attack your body, your organ.
Yeah, autoimmunity.
Autoimmune disease. And he died from that. He was on dialysis and died. There's a musician. You must have heard of Steely and Clevie. There are two musicians in the dancehall era. And Steely died in the 90s from kidney disease.
Wow.
Roy, the legendary DJ, he died from kidney disease. I was told
what caused your kidney? What caused your kidney to fail? Do you recall?
I think when I was in Jamaica in 1980, my mother was in America and she came home. And one day I went to take a shower. And when I finished washing off the soap and start to dry off, the top, my torso started itching me. And I was acting like a crazy person. So I run out the bathroom, I run to my mother and tell her, and she dry me off, and she used some alcohol and put on my body. And then it calmed down. And then when I came to America, every time the seasons change, my body would itch me. Like in May, sometimes it gets a little hot, and then you have to take off layers, and it starts to sweat, and my body would itch me. And then it cool down. And if I run for a bus and I break a sweat, my body would itch me. Then I met a lady, and she's from an island, and another island, and she told me that when she was coming to America, when she was going to the embassy with her medical team, her doctor told her that, and at that time, in that year with the itching, I had the dengue fever, all right, in Jamaica. So I don't know, but hear this. The lady told me that she went for a medical to the doctor, and she had dengue fever, an incident with dengue fever. And she said the doctor told her, when you come to America, the first doctor you encounter, tell him that you had dengue fever. And she said the doctor didn't explain. So that was very funny to me because I knew I had dengue fever. And then every time the season is changing here, I itch, or my torso itch. And then when the season is changing from spring to summer, and then from summer to September, it happened to me again. All right, but the first doctor I had, he told me that some polyps were growing inside my kidney. That's what he told me. But then when it failed, I was told that it failed because I was leaking protein. My kidneys wasn't processing the protein properly. And the year before it failed, I was drinking a protein shake every day because the doctor that I was going, he gave me a small white pill. I know some doctor that don't explain certain things to you. So he gave me this pill, and I had high blood pressure, but I was taking a pill. I never refused to take the pill. But my wife, my late wife, I met her in 1976. And from I met her, 3 months after I met her, she told me that, she said, Roddy, I don't feel well, and I go to the doctor. And the doctor says, I have high blood pressure. She was 27 years old. And she been taking blood pressure medication from she was 27 in Jamaica until she died at 56. And her kidney never failed. She had diabetes too, and her kidney never failed. So I don't know
what caused you to fail.
Yeah, my cause too. And then in 1998, I took a test in the doctor's office. But I think my doctor should have sent me to a kidney specialist. That's my primary care. He just gave me that white pill and said, take this pill. And then one day I was coming to the doctor again. So I was talking to the secretary. So I said, what are these pills for? And he says, when you're sick with your kidney. And then after that, they gave me a test. Something to put the thing on your stomach and it register on the something like a test for women breast test. And this is in 1998. The result that the man said your kidneys are fine, they are the right size. So I don't know if that test didn't see inside of the kidney or what. But by 201 my kidneys failed. Yes, by 201 they failed. So
and we weren't around. We weren't around then anyway.
yes,
New
that's what
species wasn't around then.
I tell people. I said if NuSpecies was around, maybe they could replenish my thing.
So tell me, do you have? Go ahead.
In recent, and Facebook wasn't around those times because there are a lot of information on Facebook regarding health and exercise and things you must eat. There are a lot of and all the herbs that we have in Jamaica can cure all of the diseases that we Caribbean people have. All of those leaves is good for diabetes and high blood pressure. And we at that time I wasn't aware of those things because I have a friend. He lives in Trinidad. He's at stage 2, and I send things to him all the while, and he used all of the leaves and all of those things, and he tell me that it was 60% gone, and it came back to like 50%. So it improved by 10%. Yes, it's kidney. So if there are things, the natural things that can improve it, but I came too late. I came to NuSpecies too late. And
so I want to ask you, do you have other family members who use NuSpecies?
Yeah,
because of your situation.
Winsome and Patsy, they come to you all the while, remember? My 2 sisters. And I recommend it to people. Most people don't want to buy it because they say it's too expensive. Yeah.
Yeah.
But Winsome have our NuSpecies up there now. On top of the cabinet, she buy a lot of NuSpecies.
You don't steal any though, right?
Yes, right now I'm using her detox. Because mine is finished. So when I buy, I give her back. I'll give her back. Yeah, but Winsome Patsy use it, and I recommend it to some people, and they use it.
Reddy, I want to ask before we wrap up. You were saying earlier about your attitude about dialysis, and you think that has helped you last for so long. Do you want to expand more on what you mean by that?
All right. Some people, when they find out that their kidney failed, they get angry with the world. And as far as I'm concerned, if they had control over that, it wouldn't fail. So they are very short, and they become very introverted. For instance, if the attendant or a nurse putting them on a machine, and it's a very large needle. It's not those that they take blood with. It's bigger than that. And if they hurt, if they feel any pain, sometimes they get very angry and curse the nurse and all of those things. And they don't talk to people. When I come in the evenings, I am a very my rhythm. I'm a rhythm person, so I walk fast and with a lot of energy. When I come into the waiting room and I say good evening, sometimes 10, 12 people in there and 2 answer. Some people just mumble, some people respond to you with a good energy. But I met a man, he was an American man, and he said to me one day, boy, every day you come inside, you just have enough energy, sir. And I said, that's the way I am. But that man died. And some people, I have 2 people in particular. One ladies from Nigeria, and one is a Black American lady. And that Black American lady, um, she was very short, and only special technician and nurse could put her on. Because if somebody put stick her on it and she hurt one time, she get very obnoxious like. So and she was always sad. And I see one day she was coming out, and I say, why is so mad all the while? And I said to you, if you had control over dialysis, you wouldn't be on dialysis, you know. And she smiled and said, nobody never tell me that yet, you know. And from that, she just calmed down. And there's a Nigerian lady. She too, when when they stick her with the needle and it hurt her, she cursed and all that. And I spoke to her, I tell her the same thing. And from that, years now, I told her that every day she come in that dialysis, she and all of the workers joking around, right through the treatment, she's joking around. But it's not the end of the world. And you if you had control over your kidney failing, it wouldn't fail.
Right.
Right. How many you've been going to the same dialysis center?
No, when I start, I live right beside Roy Wilkins on 120th Avenue. And a 3-4 minute walk, there's a dialysis center and right across the street. So that's where I used to go first. But at that time I used to work, and at one point they didn't have enough patient for the night shift. So it was causing a problem. So they sent me to my present diocese. I've been there 19 years. It's at Liberty and 177. Liberty Avenue and 177. And the people there, they're quite nice. They're quite nice.
And the people who are there since you've been there, how well are they doing? Are they doing as well as you are?
Yeah, man. They're fine. A couple of them have left the job. Some of the nurses, about 3 nurses gone.
No, I mean people who are in dialysis, like yourself. How are they doing?
Listen to this. Every 2 weeks, new dialysis patient come to my dialysis. Every 2 weeks, new dialysis patient come. So it's a rotating thing. And I told 5 people already about NuSpecies, and them act like them stupid and them dead and gone. Sometimes I don't. I haven't given anybody the card because I don't go to the part that I don't go to the part that often again. But I told 2 workers about it, and I tell him to go, but he hasn't gone yet. And I just told a friend, another worker there, about it, because she work long hours, and I tell her to go to NuSpecies and get some sustenance.
So Jill, if any of the viewers have we have time to if they have any questions for Ruddy, because I think this has been amazing, and some of you may know somebody or family members or friends who are in dialysis who could get some wisdom from Ruddy, because it looks like you have gone through the whole gamut of dialysis and survival, Ruddy.
Yes, man. Yes, sir.
So far, it's all just cheering Rudy on and being of him.
So, Ruddy, where do you get the courage to fight all these years, 2002 until 2025? Where do you get the courage to get up 3 days a week, 2 or 3 days a week, go to the dialysis center, get stuck with needles and all the suffering you described to us? You are, you're a symbol of survival. You're a warrior, I can't even imagine. I have so many clients who would have quit. I have so many clients over the years who would say, I can't do this anymore. I want to go. I don't want to stay here in this world. And I have so many clients, Ruddy, who just gave up because they didn't want to fight. They didn't have the courage. And hearing your story now, even though I've heard it so many times from you in different pieces, but hearing it now, what gave you the courage to keep fighting? Could you share that with with the viewers, who might have cancer, or they have, blood pressure, they have heart issues, and it's so easy to give up when you're taking something and it's not curing you. You know what I mean? Like medication.
Yeah.
But what give you the courage to keep fighting?
I don't even know it. I don't know it now. But listen to this. I'm not a materialistic person. I am just my motto is humanity over vanity. If you're a vain person, it will affect you more. When I started in 2002, I started doing delivery work in 2003. And I never think as a dialysis. I never think as a dialysis patient. It's just since last year I feel like a dialysis patient. My energy was always up. I go to the park. I go about my business. I just live. It's only when I go to dialysis, I'm a dialysis patient. But outside of that, I was going. But it's just since the summer of last year, I start feeling like a dialysis patient because I'm 74 years old and I take longer to recover now. Because when I started, I used to go to dialysis, in 2003, I started working. So I used to come home like 12 o'clock, eat, and then by 1:30, I would fall asleep, and by 5:30, my alarm would ring, and I have to get up and get ready to go and drive to Long Island to deliver goods, or go to Brooklyn to get goods to go to that Long Island. I did that for 10 years, from 2003 to 2013, when arthritis started messing with my joints, and I had to stop. All right, so I did that. I never think like a dialysis patient.
Someone has a question for you.
Yeah.
Someone is asking, one of the viewers is asking, you've been at this center for 19 years. Has anyone else been there for 19 years like you?
No, only the workers. And some of them are leaving now. I don't. No, maybe. I think I might be the longest one there, because dialysis is a thing that it's something that you have to be aware and of what is happening. Because there was, again, example, there was a man who used to come there, he used to come in, good energy, walk, sit down, take his dialysis, walk out, and then I see him start using a cane. And then after the cane, I see him start using a walker. Then he start using a wheelchair. And then I don't see him again. And maybe 10 years ago, I tell myself that I'm not going to use a wheelchair and I'm not going to use a walker or a cane. That's what I tell myself. So I go to the park and I exercise. I used to swim over Roy Wilkins. And I don't eat stupid food. And the one restaurant I eat is a little restaurant down in the plaza near the post office. I don't eat on the street. I eat Jamaican food, basically. And I meet NuSpecies and I take NuSpecies. And I'm a happy person. I talk to my core friends, all my music friends. I talk to them almost every day. I know with WhatsApp, I talk to them on WhatsApp. And I have my 2 children that I talk to very often. But now that they're getting older, they have less time for me because they have to live their life. All right. So sometimes if I call them 2 times for the day, they say, Daddy, you call me already, So, but my daughter now, sometimes she's going to call me and we talk about the news and we talk about a lot of things. So if I say 3 days, 4 days, I leave her alone. Sometimes I leave them alone for a week and then here they call me and we have conversation. So that's it. And my sisters support me.
So your story of courage is having people around you, your friends, your family, your children, to give you a purpose to keep fighting.
Yes. As you get older, and on Facebook, Facebook is, the internet is negative and positive. A lot of people come on there and know a lot of stupid things, but there's a lot of great information on it regarding exercise for seniors, food that you must eat, and growing old, navigating your part of your journey when you're getting old. And a good thing is to talk to your friends. I talk to all my friends on Facebook, on WhatsApp, And
Mm-hmm.
there's a musician friend from that, the first musician I met when I came to America. All right, and I talk to him every day. If
Mm-hmm.
2 days, 3 days, if 2 days pass, 3 days he's going to call me. And I have a next schoolmate that we talk every day. And those in Jamaica, I talk to them. I talk that my group mates in Jamaica, I talk to them. So that keeps you up. But at the social lady at dialysis, they always have things to fill out. What do you call it? You fill out these things and send it back. So they want to check up on you. So a lot of times when they come and check up on me, she asks me, "How was the weekend? Um, do who's there to support you? Do you talk to your friends?" I say, "I talk to my children and my friends." And then they have a lot of a questionnaire, and they have a lot of question on it regarding depression and all that. Because
Mhm.
I know when you have a health issue, you can easily go into a depression when you're getting old, and
Mhm.
then
Mm-hmm.
you just get introverted and you don't want to talk to nobody and all of this.
Mhm.
But I
Mm-hmm.
tell you, just in the music industry alone, like about in 2023, in about a month period, every time I talk to my group mate Bagger, somebody in the music industry has just passed.
Mhm.
And that has affected me because people I know that, and it has affected me. But at this stage now, over the last 2 years, I'm coming face to face with my mortality, and it's a rough thing. That is very rough. When you see
Mhm.
all of these people that you know just dropping dead, and they're in their 70s, and most people leave in their 70s. All of the people dying now in music, most of them in their 70s, late 60s, 70s, and it can play with your head.
Mhm.
Um, so when this was October of 2023, and when it's warm out there, my daughter called me and said, "Daddy, it's warm. Go outside and walk." So this was a Thursday, and it was a period when a lot of music people were dying, and I just wouldn't come out of my house. Like
Mhm.
from Thursday to Sunday, I never come out unless I went to dialysis on the Friday. But all of those days were in the 70s, 80s, and I could go out
Well,
and
you have
so,
new species ready.
eh?
So I'm sorry to hear about what happened to your friends. They didn't have new species, but you do. We're going to be
Yes,
here for you.
yeah,
New
yeah.
species is part of your family. So you're not going anywhere. So you're just hanging there, and you
No,
tell me about the new things that's happening to you now. You and I spoke this week or last week,
yes,
and these are just new things that are happening as we get
yeah,
older. Things happen. So
because of different,
the dialysis may be contributing to some of it,
yes,
but I have a new regimen to get you on to get your strength back. So you just hang in there.
yes, sir.
And no depression. You just hang in there. We're here. We're your family. Don't forget that. All
Yeah,
right.
no, but it's really getting rough. I can tell you, it's really getting rough.
I know. I know. But you hang in there. You just keep fighting. We're gonna fight with you. We're gonna do the very best we can. And our very best is not small, as you know. It's not small. You
No.
haven't even been taking our more potent formulas. Have you ever taken a God formula?
Yes, one time I got some money and I bought the one for $1,400. And then
Yeah.
on
So
two other occasions,
that was once or twice, but when you get to a certain point, we're going to put you on our more potent formulas. You've just been taking more or less even the upgraded circulation formula, the anti-inflammatory,
yeah.
caveman. Those are like mid-range formulas. So we haven't gotten you on the big stuff because you haven't needed them. But if the day comes when you do, we'll put you on them. So you just
Oh,
hang in there, hang
oh,
in there.
I wasn't aware of that. That you
Oh
had some
yeah,
different ones.
you have never needed them.
Okay.
You've been doing so well, you've never needed them. So if you're seeing changes now, what we need to do is to sit down and talk because I'm concerned now that I didn't know you've been worrying about your friends or depressed about your friends. But I know Mr. Chung, he didn't listen to you or me.
Yes.
So I know that was a big hit for you. I know that.
Yeah, 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 that man. That man help our group when he raised us for free. We never made any money, and he just saw the potential. And I knew him from 1975 to when he died. And I spent a lot of time because he came to America. I came to America, and even when he went back to Jamaica, he would come from time to time. But there are a lot of other people in the music industry who died from kidney failure. Many of them, some of them you might not know even know their name, but kidney failure is a thing that.
If you know of any, just send them to us. You know, even whether they come or not, just call it. Just send them to us. We won't call them; they have to call us because we don't really call anyone.
Yeah, I don't socialize in the park that much again. All right, because I slow down a little bit. But people when I meet people, encounter people, I tell them I still have cards in my pouch. So I still give I still pay. But I say a lot of people complain that it's too expensive, especially women. And then you see they go buy a shoe for $400 or a dress for $400. you know, because I met a lady one day and I showed her my arm and I said, I'm a dialysis patient, you know. And she said, oh, I have a friend, you know. Her kidneys just fail. So I said, give her this card and buy it, but it's expensive. And she said, oh, she's not going to want to take this because she's one of them dancehall girl that dress up and go to party every night with expensive clothes. So a lot of people, I even know somebody, all right? He's a fixed houses and thing. And he has a work van and he has one of those SUVs, those trucks that use work with where you can put things in the back. And he was overweight, a big belly, and he was complaining about knee problem and back problem. And while my mother was alive here, he used to come here. One day he came to fix under the sink in the kitchen, and he had to sit and slide up his head under the sink. And when he finished, he had difficulty getting up off of the floor. So I told him about NuSpecies, and he came to NuSpecies, and he bought some things. And I saw him like 6 months after, and I says, "Oh, it work." Him said, "Help me, you know, me start lose some weight and thing." Then I saw him another time, and I said, "Did he go back and replenish your supply at NuSpecies?" Him said, "No, it's too expensive." And then I see him buy a new truck right after that. So a lot of people, that's how a lot of people are.
Yeah.
Well, we're all the time, Rudy, but we appreciate the time you give us here today.
All right. Thank you very much
you
for
have
having
me. No, don't go yet. You have any questions, final questions, Joe?
We just had the one question was, do your children have any particular feelings about you being on dialysis?
No.
I'm
just daddy.
Yeah. I guess they just assume you need it and that's it.
I'm just daddy because when they were when I just went in the hospital at the beginning of this dialysis thing, my wife came to look for me with the 2 children, and my son just climbed on the bed and just fall asleep because regardless of what is happening to daddy, them don't see me as a sick person. They don't see me as a sick person.
Right.
It's just daddy. I used to. My daughter went to college up near in New Hampshire, and every time when she was going and coming back at the summer thing, I used to drive the van and pick her up, drop her up there, bring her back, and when she finished, and she came. When she finished, she went for 2 years. Then after that, she couldn't get a job. She get some store jobs, and she go back to school and did the masters. And then she come back, she couldn't get jobs. She work out 3 jobs, then she get the job in her field. And then she moved she came back 2014. That's 11 years now. She moved about 6 times in Brooklyn, and I was there moving her every time. So she don't see me as a sick person.
You're very active, but
yes,
I want to say this.
Active, but it's just now I'm slowing down. But I do exercises in my house. All those exercises to encourage circulation, I do them.
Good.
So
Good.
I'm fighting.
Well,
and
keep fighting. Keep fighting.
My motto is more life. this phrase "more life" was created by Stranger Cole, that legendary Jamaican singer. He always end his Facebook thing with "more life," and I think it's a powerful statement.
Well, keep smiling. You know, even
Yes,
with what you're going through, you smile the whole time through this presentation. So I hope you're an inspiration to everybody on this stream. I can tell you that, and we're going to share the video and let people see how they need to fight. You know,
no,
how they
no.
need to fight. Some
I
people really have to fight to stay alive, and
Yes, you have
you're a
to fight
survivor.
alive. I met a man from Trinidad when we used to go to the park regular. His name is Pete. He once lived in Jamaica, football, and he lift weights and I never see him for a long time, and then I saw him again. And him say, he calls people breads. Him say breads. Why he inspire me, you know? And that man is strong. People when he come and do his exercise, he's a very disciplined person. And he know about exercise. So he do them like 10 of each thing, and you see him do it. And people watch him because he says a couple of ladies ask him to be their personal trainer, but they're joking. He says when he got like a couple sessions with them, realize that they're not. So I never see him for a long time, and I see him, and him say, "You don't know how much you inspire me," and he's healthy and everything.
Good.
And another
Well,
person, I had another friend inside there, a young Rasta virgin, and I never seen him for a long time too, and I encounter him and we're talking, and him say, "Me have a lady friend, you know." She tell me, say she see a friend walking all the time. So that's it.
well, thank you.
All
Thank you
right.
very
Thank you.
much.
Thank you very much for having me. Okay.
No,
you.
thank you very much for coming on and sharing your story. Your story
Means a
is
lot.
one of a fighter. Yeah, you're. I didn't know that you were this courageous, but now I know better, and my respect for you has no end.
Yeah.
And I'm
Thank you.
sure you're inspiring everybody on this stream right now. So thank you very much, Roddy.
Yeah. When you're not a materialistic person, vanity, when you're not vanity driven, you deal with a different vibration.
Good,
All
good.
right.
We like
I
the
hear
vibe.
you.
All right.
We like the vibes.
Hey, Mister. Remember, if you still have that CD that I gave you, those CDs.
Yes, I have them.
Number 11. Number 11. The song
I don't
named
have a
Vibe.
CD player though. You gotta send me the oh, I could get a copy maybe, but I
Yeah.
don't have a
Okay.
CD
Okay.
player
Okay.
anymore.
Okay.
Uh,
But I'll get a CD player and trans what do you call it, Jill?
All right. Send me your
Transcopy
email.
them to.
Send me your email, and I can get them. I can get it transferred to you.
okay,
Okay.
Okay,
good.
thank you, thank
All
you.
right. Number 11 is a song named Vibes Up, and you might can use that. You might can use that in whatever you're doing as background music because it says vibes up, girl, vibes up, boy. Hold the good vibes and stay alive. When life gets rough and the going gets tough, hold a good vibe and stay alive. All right.
That's it.
That
Well,
you
thank you.
look inside the CD. There's an inner sleeve and the lyrics are there. Please go and read that one. Vibes up.
I
All right.
will.
All right.
I will.
So
And thank you for giving us a license over on video to use your music. Thank you.
All right. Okay. Thank you. Yeah. Go ahead and use them. My music is wholesome because I'm old person. I'm an old man. So our music have substance. So every song on that CD can be is very strong. It can stand up on its own. So it's a good CD to listen. It's on the streaming thing, so they can stream it. Okay.
Perfect.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank
Thank
you
you
very
very much.
much.
All right. Have a good day.
Say
All right.
hello to sisters for me.
Okay. Blessings and more life. How do I come out of this?
We can remove you. Don't worry.
All
Just
right.
say
Thank you very much.
bye.
Thank you very much. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Bye bye. Oh boy, that was extraordinary. Yeah, we went over some minutes, but
Yes, we do have a couple of questions that we do. I promised we would answer. So
okay.
let's get right to it. So Tina was had 3 separate questions. One was about how can we help her with joint pain, numbness in her hands, and asking just about cleansing her body, which
Right.
go hand in hand,
So
so.
yeah, so we could put a system on for her now. For numbness, numbness is usually nerves, just so everyone knows. Numbness, tingling, any of those pain, those are, all pain is nerve pain. So all numbness, tingling, all those sensations, they're related to nerves. So you need to get the L-Nu 25 and the B vitamins and take an ounce of each until it goes away. Take an ounce once daily until that goes away. As for detoxing, we have a detox package. I've already mentioned it. It's a detox powder or capsule with the lymph node and the blood. You can go on those. And if you don't have liver disease or heart disease or any kind of fluid retention, like in the lung, then you can do half your body weight in ounces of water with a detox. And that's how you get a good detoxification, flush, or purification of your body. And as for joint, we have a joint package. We have one that's basic, and then we have one that's more potent. So if from 1 to 10, 10 being the highest, if your joint is really bad, if it's over 5 or over 6, then it's bad enough. So you should get the upgraded system we have for joint. And then if it's not that bad, it's early stage, then we have a more basic joint package you could take, and that would help you to rebuild the bones in the joints. It would help to remove inflammation, and it would help the body to regrow the synovial fluid, the ligaments, the tendons, the cartilage. Those are what get worn out by inflammation. So the package you would be on for the joint is helping to rebuild the genes and DNA, so you can produce more healthy proteins, help to rebuild the tissues in general. So you can get that package for your joint, and I'm sure it will help.
Okay. If Mary can, she'll put the links in the chat. If not, Tina, this replay will always be up on our YouTube channel, so you can just fast forward to the end and listen back to what Aston said. I will say,
are we able to email it to her?
I'm not
she
sure.
Can give us her,
Tina,
give
if
us
you
her
want us to
email.
email you links, you can just email support@nuspecies.com. I will just pop up this. And then we can follow up with the links. I assume you're not going to want to put your email in the public chat. So just to, as a reminder, just to back up, is that your body is already designed to remove toxins. That's part of what it does. So if your body's functioning optimally, it is detoxing itself in a complete way all the time. But because, as we all know, we're not living lifestyles that encourage our bodies to function optimally. So then we do need additional help to help that happen. And when you have toxins in your body, they cause inflammation, which can then lead to the damage of your tissues, which can lead to these other joint and nerve problems. So utilizing the detox package will support your body to help purge excess toxins, which will also naturally reduce inflammation. And then the additional formulas that will help are there for the joint and nerves are help to help your body repair those tissues as well. So all of that will work hand in hand. And I say that mostly because, as far as budget wise, when someone has multiple goals, maybe not all of those products at once will be feasible for your budget. Or even if it's your first time using NuSpecies, you might need to get used to taking the products every day and all the different tastes. And so you may not want to get all the products at once. But for example, the detox powder should last about 2 months. So when you don't need to repurchase that the second month, you can add in a next product that you didn't get the first time. Some of the formulas last up to 3 months. And so you can keep rotating to make sure you're always getting all the nutritional support that you need. All right, next question is from Angelita Samuels. She was recently prescribed a statin for cholesterol. She was wondering which formulas she could take.
Okay, so Angela, it depends on how high your cholesterol is. If your cholesterol is over 220, 230, and if you don't want to take the medication, we can put you on the L-Nu 25 and the L-Nu9. You take one of them in the morning, the other in the evening with the detox, and you stay in them. What we would ask you to do is to redo your labs in 2 to 3 months. And if the cholesterol has gone back to normal, then you're done. If it has not gone back to normal, then you can continue. We ask you to do your labs that early because some people do see their cholesterol to go back to normal within 2 to 3 months, and we wouldn't want you to. We're going to keep you on the product. So as long as you don't do your labs and we don't know what's going on, we're going to keep you on what we recommend. So if you do your labs in 2 to 3 months and your cholesterol is normal, you could save money. You don't have to continue because unless you want to do something maintenance, which is much less. So when we ask you all, speaking to all of you now, to do your labs in 30 days or to do it in 2 to 3 months, is because we are going to keep you on the formulas as long as we don't know for sure that you've gotten better. So if you do the labs and you have gotten better, then you are essentially done. You don't have to continue on the protocol that we put you on. And if you want to do a maintenance, it's up to you. But if you want to do a maintenance to support your body longer with a diet change to make sure it doesn't come back, the issue, whether it's blood pressure, diabetes, cancer, whatever the issue is, it's the same. It's the same, process that we use to analyze whether you continue in the products or not. So we ask you to do the labs so that we can be sure that you don't need the products. You don't need to take them anymore. Yes, they cost a penny, but we also don't want you to be on them unnecessarily.
Right. And then you should really always be on maintenance, though, just to make that clear. You can come off of the rebuilding formulas, but you should always be on maintenance.
Right. The people who put in maintenance, they would get something more basic that lasts them a long time. And we would propose a diet guide as well. And you stay in both, and you should be fine. If you heard Ruddy's story just now, he pretty much has been doing more or less maintenance for years, for many, many years. He's been doing just the very basic stuff. You probably all saw that how shocked he was that we actually have more potent formulas that he didn't know about, only because he was doing well on the basics. So there was no need for me to take him, to put him on something stronger. But now it sounds like he needs to get rebuilt in a more powerful way. So we're gonna try to help him with that.
Yeah. And I think that also goes to show that no matter how long you've been working with NuSpecies, as time passes, our bodies need different things, different types of challenges will arise. And even products that our particular program with NuSpecies that has been working really well may consistently need to be adjusted, which is why we're always harassing you about, have you booked your follow-up? And a lot of times we'll say, do you want to follow up? And people will say no. And what we really should be saying is, can we call you? Because we are going to follow up, because things continue to change and we have to stay on top of those changes. Because like for Reddy, we don't want him to go too long without having made the adjustment to his new set of needs. Even when it comes to depression, things like vitamin D and B vitamins could have been helpful, and those are maintenance, but those could have helped him through some of those more challenging, mental health moments. All right. June was just saying she just started taking the L-Nu9 tablespoon 2 days ago instead of the L-Nu1 teaspoon, and now she can already feel so much more energy. So that is excellent. I know June probably started off at a teaspoon because she's so sensitive. So it's good to know that you can go up to the tablespoon now, especially if a more potent formula, and you're feeling good. So that's great.
Right. And that's a lesson there for all of you. We do have more potent formulas. Some of you do need more potent formulas. Some of you need to take a higher dosage. When it comes to the L-Nu, you can, whether the L-Nu1, the body system, or the L-Nu9, the legend, or the L-Nu25, which is the super caveman, you can take as much as 2 or 3 ounces a day of each one of those, and you won't overdose. You can't overdose in our formulas. So a lot of you may need to take a lot of it to get past the initial issues that you have. We typically just recommend a tablespoon or an ounce, but you can take 2 tablespoons a day, or 3 tablespoons a day. You can take 3 ounces a day of any of those formulas, and that goes for the anti-inflammatory, the circulation formula, maybe even the gut formulas. You can. So we always have options, but we start you all out more or less on the basic to the mid-range is what we start you out, because most people, they do fairly well and taking our more basic protocol, like Ruddy. You heard him just now. That's what he was on. So we need to move him up now. The new protocol I have for him to pick up today, I'm taking him just one little step above what he was taking before, because of the issues that he told me he's beginning to see or feel in his body. So we always have options, folks.
Yeah. And I think, there was just a comment, double up if needed. And it's true. A lot of our clients, especially when you first start using our products, because they're so different than things you've used in the past. And yes, they cost more than what's standardly out there. It can be tempting to just try to take as little as possible. And it also can make you nervous to mess with the dose, because they're asked and told me to take this much. I don't want to change it at all. But really, you can never go wrong with taking more. If taking less could slow down your results, but taking more, really, if you're feeling a little extra tired one day, or maybe you feel like you caught a virus from your kids, or that happens constantly when they're in school, it's okay to take some extra doses, and you just do that for a couple of days until you normalize, and then go back to the dose you were recommended. June just said, to be honest, I was trying to stretch it out. Yes, retired grandmother, got it. Fixed income, it makes sense. Certainly that consistency at a lower dose is always going to be better than trying to do a higher dose and then missing a month or two. So if you know your situation, you'll know it better than we will. And we understand everybody wants to tell us their situation because they're afraid we'll try to sell them more, which if any of you know us, we are not like that. But you know your situation. So you find the balance that works for you. I always say balance your needs, your expectations, and your budget. Only you know those things. We can help you assess your needs more accurately, but only you know what you really expect from NuSpecies and what your budget can afford. And then we help you make the decisions within those three. All right. Lastly, Queen Nesta just made a comment that she was told she needs a total hip replacement. She didn't actually put a specific question or concern. So I don't know, Aston, if you're aware of the client situation, if there's anything you want to say to that, or unless she replies back to that.
So we should talk. You should call and get on my calendar, Queen Nesta.
Okay.
And let's talk before you do the surgery.
Great. Okay. All right. Well, we have gone way over, and you guys have stuck in here with us. It's amazing. We're always so honored and privileged to see how long you all stick with us here on this live stream. I do want to say before you go that we have really, really exciting news about an update to our website. So we now can do what you've been asking for so long, buy online and pick up in store. So for those of you who are always calling us so that we can place your order and then you can go to the store to pick it up, you can actually now just do that on your own. So if you go to our website and you add items to your cart, when it comes to checkout, you will have options to pick up your items in the store. So it saves you a phone call to us. It lets our employees get on to helping clients who otherwise can't order online on their own. And it is just going to be more convenient all around. So I hope that you really enjoyed this update. We're so excited about it. We've been wanting to do it for Mary was saying yesterday, obviously from day one, we hope to do it, but it seemed realistic 8 years ago, and we just only finally got it going. So I just want to say, please go to our website and check that out. And you're going to start to see tiny improvements now on the site until the whole site is actually redone. So keep an eye on our website, and of course, we'll keep you updated. I think there is some more. I also wanted to tell you, because of the changeover we did with our systems, there's two other things we'd like you to know. One is those of you who order online and like the split payment option, not split payment, but where you can do the payment plan with Shop Pay, you can also now do that in store. So we transitioned so that the same system we use for our website is what we use in our store. And those same payment options are now available in store. So no more confusing trying to go online to pick up and pay with, the payment plan. So I hope that is good, exciting for you as well. And then lastly, we also switched the rewards program that we were using. We really were testing out one for the last 8 or 9 months and really just came to not like it. We moved over all your points, so don't worry, it'll be seamless for you on the front end. But the cool thing now is you can actually add our membership program to your wallet on your phone. So it's like, you know, I don't know if you actually use your phone to pay for things, you'll see your cards in there. But like, let's say you are going to fly, you'll see your tickets in there. Now you can also have your NuSpecies membership card in there. The way to do that is to, when you're in our store, you'll scan the QR code that we have at the desk, and it will send you through a few prompts, and it will add the NuSpecies membership card to your wallet. So that is also really cool.
So
Mhm.
what about those people in Europe and Asia and Africa and the Caribbean? Can they do that?
They wouldn't need it necessarily, just because the whole point of the membership card is when you come into the
For
store,
store?
you
Okay.
pull it up and we scan it, and then your account just comes up automatically. So now we're not searching your name and your email and your phone number trying to find your right account. It will just bring that up.
Okay, wonderful. That
Okay.
would help me as well. And you have any updates for Brooklyn? I know we have many more questions. They may have to wait until next week,
Right.
or I can, if they're urgent ones, I can always, you know, they can always call us
Right.
and
So
get an
Lloyd,
appointment.
yeah, let me just put this up again. So Lloyd, call us or email to see if you need an answer about the sickle cell situation this week. Let's not wait until next Saturday. Please email and call to get on Aston's calendar. Or it's a lot of times now you don't even need an appointment. If Aston's available, the team will just put you right through to him or conference him into the call. So very likely we can just get him on the phone to talk to you, Lloyd. If you really do want to wait for the Q&A, you can bring this up again next week.
Right. Well, you see the number in your screen, Lloyd, and the email address. You can either email us or call us or do both.
Okay. And then Lloyd is also saying he's happy about the shop pay, but sometimes he has difficulty with the app. If you ever have difficulty either with the shop pay app or with our app, I'm not sure which one you're referring to, just come into the store and show us what you're seeing on your phone, and we can help you troubleshoot. We have no problem being tech support if it helps you interact with us more efficiently. And the Bronxville hours, I know you're not the only one, Lloyd. Honestly, every time I show up there just randomly to clean up the store or make an upgrade, clients come thinking we're open, and then I end up helping them, but I wasn't going to be there otherwise. So I imagine there's a lot of other folks who are coming when we're not open. The good news is if you've met Kira yet, she's been training for the last 2 months, and she's in her last month of training, and then she'll be taking on 2 more days. So the store will be able to open more often. And of course, if you are on our app, on our email list, or on our text list, we will always send you the notifications about these updates so you don't miss them.
And Brooklyn?
And then Brooklyn, we're training David, and actually all that's left, Aston, is for me and you to confirm exactly what the schedule will be and when David will be there. But
Right.
it's all cleaned up. I'm waiting on the update if we've moved the furniture into the spaces we need. So it's just one more trip by at least me to go there and set up all the computers and equipment, and then David should be able to work from there. And people can go. So we'll send the notification as soon as that is ready as well.
So if you're not on our app, on our email list, you should join them now so you can get updates when they happen.
All right. Mary wants to. I could probably do it, Mary, unless you are. Yeah, actually, Mary was just suggesting maybe I should quickly show what the buy online pickup in store looks like. So I'm just going to go to the website and share my screen here. Present, share screen. Okay. So if you'll notice the packages are gone here because we are updating all the packages. Now with New Genesis being so successful, we need to add it into the packages. So all the packages will reappear in the menu once we add in New Genesis. And Aston's just reconfiguring them as well. So for now, you can just shop the individual products for whatever combinations you normally buy. And then the packages will pop up back. The good thing about the packages now is the way that we're doing it is that you'll be able to toggle between different sized products or potencies within the package. So you don't need to, the package doesn't have to match exactly what you would normally buy. All right, so let me just add something to the cart. Just add a couple of items here. Okay. Oh, here's our new little rewards toggle. Join the program. I'm wondering if this will then prompt you to download to put it into your Apple Wallet. But again, if you only buy online, you probably don't need it. So let's check out. So here's your pick up in store option now. If you click on that, you will see the store locations that have the items that you want, and you can just choose the one that's closest to you and move forward and check out.
That's lovely.
Isn't that awesome? I'm working on making it so that it actually shows up on the product page before you even add it to the cart as well, so you know if it's in the store that you want. But in the meantime, you see it at checkout.
Excellent.
Okay. All right. Woohoo. I am coming back. I'm coming to work in Bronxville. I know. Actually, you're not the first client who has offered to come and work in Bronxville. And honestly, we give all of our clients a fair shot. It is pretty complex computer work, which is usually what ends up scaring people away. But if someone really wants to, you believe in NuSpecies and you want to help us get our stores open more days, we're open to giving you a shot at it. So just email us and let us know.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I think that's enough for today, but thank you all so much for being here. And we look forward to seeing you next Saturday.
Yes, I hope you enjoy, I shouldn't say enjoy, I hope you learn from Ruddy's inspirational presentation. I think it was very, very powerful. I was sitting here literally just shivering because the years of suffering and seeing your friends in your industry just dying around you, it has to be a knee jerk, to anyone's mind. So if any of you are going through that in any form, we have formulas to rebuild the brain, and or formulas can help to rebuild the brain to support if you have depression or anxiety. Is something we've been doing since day one. So if any of you are going through any kind of distress like that, call us and let us help you. Let us try to help you. We have some really potent formulas that can help to rebuild your genes and your DNA, can rebuild your brain if that's what needs to be rebuilt. We'll put you in the best we have. We'll give you the best chance. If you don't have other support or other ways to get help, come to us and ask us for our best. It may cost a couple pennies, but we don't know how to make it less expensive. We really don't know. We're actually underpriced, believe it or not. We are significantly underpriced, all our formulas. So, but some of you do need the more potent formulas. So if you're going through struggles, you should really engage your mind to fight. Get some of. Don't forget Ruddy. Don't forget his courage, and his delivery was with smiles. Throughout the whole process, which was amazing. That he's going through what he's going and still able to laugh and still able to smile. So you can do it too. All of us can do it too. So we can help you to feel better so you can do it. And that's what you need. You need not to be in pain and suffering and agony and whatever. And that's when you will smile. So even if that's what you get, we can help you to get to that point.
All right. Thank you all for being here. We will see you next Saturday. Please subscribe before you leave if you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel yet. Our subscribers is slowly going up every week, and we really appreciate it. Just helps our channel more accurately reflect the impact that we're having on our community and our live. And the lives of those in our community. So we just would like our online presence to reflect the potency of what we're actually doing in person. So please subscribe before you leave, and then you can follow the link in the description to subscribe to our email list as well, or text list, whichever you prefer. And you can download the app, the NuSpecies app, from any app store at any time. And on the app, you can submit questions in advance. So I know a lot of you come on here and you're listening to the conversation and you're not remembering what you wanted to ask. You could submit it in advance and we will get to it. Yes, thank you for our congratulations on over 1,000 subscribers, right? I think this world of watching people on YouTube and sort of flaunting what they want you to think is their wealth and these millions of subscribers and stuff. That's great, but we don't really care about all that. We just care that if we have 1,000 people subscribed, that we are changing 1,000 lives. And that means more to us than 20 million subscribers who never look back after they subscribe. So each one of you means so much to us. Thank you.
Righty. Have a great weekend. Bye bye.